So we return to part 4 of Detective Inaba. I did get the name, yeah. I'm dumb and half awake. So the two clues we had last time were the cassette tape with the goat lying in the bowl, and the snake painting that said the 13th sign. So after further review, fairly certain that the only option is the Zodiac. So, using this handy dandy screenshot that I took, goat, lion, bull. So Capricorn, goat is 10, lion is 5, bull is 2. Oh. Double doors have been locked. We are in a lounge of some sort. Extravagant grand piano stands here. More murder mystery novels. More murder mystery novels. Okay, broken clock. Alcoholic drinks. Another letter. My darling baby brother, I'll do whatever I can to prove my worth to you. Yesterday I went to town to prepare your test subjects for you as per the usual. Just to see the happiness on your beautiful face, I'll listen to anything and everything you have to say. Then you told me the best news of my entire life. You asked me to become one of your test subjects tomorrow. This is so wonderful. I get to die for my younger brother. There can be no greater happiness. I can't wait for this day to come. I can't wait, I can't wait, I can't wait, I can't wait. I can't wait, I can't wait, I can't wait, I can't wait. I can't wait, 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 I can't wait. I'm eagerly awaiting for my fated hour. By the time you read this, I'll be gone from this world. Or won't I? All I want you to know, after I'm gone, is how I truly feel about you. Thank you for everything. Nagito, my charming younger brother. You made me the luckiest man in the whole wide world. With love, your older brother, Kotaro Akashi. These letters are from Mr. Akashi? It seems so. I can't believe it. The same Mr. Akashi who drove us to our destination was complicit in the killer's acts? A handy position, being the bus driver. Indeed he was. But he mentioned his brother's name is Nagito? Nagito, no! I don't think I ever heard that name before. Could he really be lurking somewhere in the shadows? Mr. Inaba? I see now. So that's how he did it. Have you figured it out? Harimura, I want you to bring Harimura and Nakagishi here. Okay. I'm going to unravel this mystery once and for all. Let's save. Okay, let's go over our notes. First day. When we all arrived at the mansion 2 days ago. The murder occurred on the first night here. We all gathered together to eat dinner, and that was when the bus driver, Kotaro Akashi, was killed by ingesting poison that was applied to his meal. The poison was virulent enough to cause death the moment he swallowed, an extremely fast-acting agent. Suspicion naturally fell upon the two people who prepared my food, which was the chef, Toa Nakagishi, and my assistant, Nina Arimura. Both suspects provided alibis for each other. However, this did nothing to assuage the fears of Shigetaka Komatsu, the novelist. He doubted the validity of the two cooks vouching innocence for each other. Next order of business was in what order everyone entered into the dining room. The order was found to be Komatsu, Kenichi Nakaya the carpenter, Nakagishi, Seiya Harima, doctor, Akashi, finally myself and Arimura. At the end of the day, Nakaya became immensely skeptical of Komatsu, especially after learning that this place houses a number of murder mystery novels. Nakaya ran off, accusing Komatsu of being the murderer. That was the last thing that happened on the first day. To recap on the second day, I started off being woken up by the sound of a gunshot. We deduced that the sound came from Komatsu's guest room, and everyone, excluding Nakaya, gathered outside in the hallway. We knew something terrible had happened inside. However, the door was locked, and we were left with no choice but to find the key. After a search, Arimura and I finally found it. And then we opened up Komatsu's room, only to find the bodies of Komatsu and Nakaya inside. I immediately ordered Arimura to get Dr. Harima and started my investigation inside the guest room. Komatsu had bled to death after having his neck sliced open, while Nakaya was shot directly in the heart, causing an instantaneous death. Both deaths involved excessive blood loss, causing a pool to form underneath them. They died roughly about the same time. So whoever did them in had the capacity to overpower two grown men and kill them using two separate weapons, a firearm and a knife, all at the same time. I'm positive there's no way the window was opened. So if this was committed by a third party, I cannot fathom them managing to escape via that window. None of the weapons involved in their deaths were found in the guest room either. It's safe to assume that the killer took them with him. Even after our investigation of the entire mansion, these weapons never showed up again. However, that's not to say the criminal got away with this crime without leaving a trace. We're fortunate enough that a small mark was left behind on the carpet, a footprint. In actuality, the small mark was a footprint that came from the killer's soul after they had stepped into the pooling blood. The killer likely escaped from the guest room without realizing his mistake. Since by now the pool of blood should have dried up, the killer's footprint is now permanently embedded in there. Remember that during the entire time this murder was committed, Komatsu's guest room was locked from inside, and we couldn't get in without a key. Ergo, it was the perfect locked room murder. And there is only one person who could perform a feat, the owner of the mansion himself. The mansion's owner is the killer, and it explains why he would possess a spare key. The question then turns to how is he able to stay out of sight and pick us off? Maybe this mastermind is in fact a serial killer. There's a lot to investigate throughout the mansion's many rooms these 2 days. One of these rooms which caught my interest was the library on the 2nd floor that I found during the first day. In there we found 2 rooms filled with numerous murder mystery books, the majority of which were written by an unknown author. Even though there weren't many books in comparison to the authorless ones, there was a small space dedicated to one author in particular, Komatsu. Then there's the armory located on the 3rd floor. It contained an assortment of weapons such as knives and firearms. Everyone in the mansion was told about this, unintentionally. There was one thing we learned earlier that has been on my mind. A ghost girl by the name of Kaede lives in the storage room on the first floor. In order to escape from a murder on the loose, her mother hid her there. Just who could this murderer, whom Kaede calls a scary person, be? I also found a furniture storage room on the second floor, and that's on the second day. I found a message from Kaede's mother that disclosed a secret room to us. It turned out to be a monitor room, where they kept surveillance of the entire mansion. We were being watched this entire time. And lastly, there's this room we're in right now on the third floor. That covers everything that we've found of note in the mansion. Mysterious letters were scattered around as we were investigating the mansion. They were from an older brother to his younger brother. I still have these on my person, so I can refresh myself on them at any time. The final letter, the sender's and receiver's names were finally revealed to us. The sender's name was instantly recognized, Kotaro Akashi, the older brother. He is the bus driver who brought us to this mansion. Consider the contents of these letters, it is no coincidence that we ended up here, seeing as how Kotaro's younger brother owns this place. The owner of this mansion, Nagito Akashi, is the mastermind behind this series of crimes. Kotaro was complicit in it all by bringing people here. It's sickening to say that all of us here were just brought in to become test subjects for research. There's also Nagito can write stories based on our deaths. And those murder mystery books penned by an unknown author, could that mean? That is certainly... It seems like a good time to save again. Looks like it is time to put together the case. Uh-oh. You will no longer be able to access the menu screen once you start putting together the case. Are you sure about this? I brought both of them. Huh? Oh, sorry. Oh, why did he kill 3 people? Thank you, everyone, for coming. Please listen to what I have to say, because I will start from the very beginning and lead up to this crucial moment. All right. Yeah, sure. Thank you for lending me your ears. First, let's look back on the 2 cases that transpired here. Our first victim was Kotaro Akashi, the bus driver. He died on the first day from ingesting poison from his meal. Then on the second day, 2 victims were killed. The crime fiction novelist, Shigetaka Komatsu, and the carpenter, Kenichi Nakaya. Komatsu's neck was sliced open with a knife and he bled out. Nakaya's heart was pierced with a bullet and he died instantaneously. Ahem, after getting cut off. Komatsu's neck was sliced open with a knife and he bled out. Nakaya's heart was pierced with a bullet and he died instantaneously. Here are some facts you need to know. Both men died about the same time. It was a locked room mystery, and the murder weapons were never found. In short, we have 1 person killed on the first day, and 2 people were killed on the second day at the same time with 2 different murder weapons. Such a horrific deed. And now I will reveal who is the criminal behind this triple homicide. Oh. What? Huh? And the criminal, or should I say criminals in this case, who did this was everyone here in this room. Eh? What are you insinuating, Mr. Inaba? Mr. Inaba, your desperate attempt at floundering is an embarrassment to us all. It would be better if you stopped making excuses and accept your crimes. Huh? Oh, well, take a look at this knife right here. I'm sure you recognize it, right? Yes, it came from the armory. What of it? While I was conducting my own investigation, I found this little number in the closet of your guest room, Mr. Inaba. Is this what you used to kill Mr. Komatsu with? No, that's just preposterous. I've never seen that knife before. That reminds me. Remember the time when the double homicides in Mr. Komatsu's guest room occurred? Wasn't Mr. Inaba the last to arrive to the scene? Isn't that strange? Almost as if you were taking extra time to hide the murder weapon. Et tu, Doctor? I can't believe this. You of all people would deflect blame onto everyone else? That you're able to think of such a ploy disgusts me. You filthy murderer. You're inhuman, that's what you are. Hold on. What about Akashi? I had no opportunity to administer the poison. I've given that a lot of thought. When Mr. Nakagishi and Miss Arimura left the dining room to gather people to eat dinner, there was an opportunity for anyone to enter there all alone. This person could have poisoned Mr. Akashi's dish in secret with everyone none the wiser. Especially when they had done this before Mr. Komatsu arrived. However, no one else knew dinner was being made, so all that leaves is one last person who could have planted the poison in advance. The sole person knew that food was being prepared. They were not involved in it. Ergo, we had no reason to suspect them at first. Ooh, that's tricky. Mr. Inaba. The only person who knew that Mr. Nakagishi and I were cooking was you, Mr. Inaba. Hi, Mura, not you too. I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Inaba. I don't know what to think. What should I do, sir? Mr. Inaba, we have all the evidence we need to put you away for a very long time. It would be best for everyone's sake if you give up quietly. Think about the letters here. After that confrontation, one of us found the key to the front doors and we all escaped from the mansion. Instead of our bus waiting for us at the other end, there were police officers standing by. Apparently, someone reported us missing. I gave myself up to the police, but I won't confess to a crime I never committed. However, since I couldn't find a counterpoint to their reasoning, it was useless in the end. My entire case was built on a faulty foundation. Only now do I understand that fundamental fact. N2. The truth vanishes. Whoops! Well. Okay, let's put together the case. Alright, so this motherfucker. You really know who done it, didn't you, detective? Okay, alright. Yeah, sure, alright. Clearly, that victim, that criminal, was me. And the criminal who did this was me. Eh? Seriously? You mean to tell us that you're the one behind this, Mr. Inaba? No. Of course not. Don't be ridiculous. I was merely musing on that idea out loud. No, Mr. Inaba. I think what you're displaying is admission of guilt right there, and I have solid proof that you did it. You do? Take a look at this knife right here. I'm sure you recognize it, right? Yes, it came from the armory. What of it? Yep, I found this number in your room. I know, that's just preposterous. Whoa, oh, hello, what? What was that? Inaba's the killer. I am not a killer. Oh, that is different. That reminds me. During the time when the double homicides in Mr. Komatsu's guest room occurred, wasn't Mr. Inaba the last to arrive to the scene? Isn't that strange? Almost as if you were taking extra time to hide the murder weapon. Et tu, Doctor? That's creepy. This is all absurd. Are you guys even hearing yourselves? As if my mind can concoct such thoughts. Mr. Inaba, I'm sure this is all just some kind of misunderstanding. For now, just confess your sins and maybe the police can work out a deal with you to make things easier. Hold on. What about Akashi? I had no opportunity. Give it all a thought. That is a rather crafty trick. There. Something that we never noticed. No one else knew that dinner was being made, except for Inaba. Gah! The only person who knew that Mr. Inaba and I were cooking was you, Mr. Inaba. That's creepy. Harima. I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Inaba. I don't know what to think. What should I do, sir? That picture is fucking creepy. This is... What? What? Inaba is the killer. Inaba is the killer. What? Oh no. Mr. Inaba. What? What's the matter? Why, I didn't think you guys would have caught me. Yes, I'm the killer. I'm the one who... Hey, Mr. Inaba. Ooh! What? You killed him! I knew you were the murderer! And now I'm gonna kill you. Jesus! Is that you, sir? Are you really him? The real Mr. Inaba? What would make you say that? I can't be anyone but Inaba. And then there were none. Well, that was fucked up. Holy shit. Let's get it right this time. I mean, realistically, we have two choices, right? Oh, okay. Well, I guess technically we have all of the choices. And the criminal, or should I say criminals in this case, are not at present here. Eh? What? Not present? What do you mean by that? The ones who executed these crimes are not with us. Actually, it'd be more fair to say that they are no longer in this world. Okay. We're all getting confused here. Let's take it from the top, shall we? The one who poisoned Mr. Akashi was... Well, Kotaro Akashi, right? The one who poisoned Akashi was Kotaro Akashi himself. He voluntarily ingested the poison and died. Well, why would he do that to himself? You shouldn't sound so surprised, Aaron. Besides, these letters also told us as much. Oh yeah! Letters? What letters? These letters were addressed from an older brother to his younger brother. They were spread throughout the mansion. Let me read you the line in question. You asked me to become one of your test subjects tomorrow. This is so wonderful. I get to die for my younger brother. There can be no greater happiness. I can't wait for this day to come. The older brother plainly laid out that he intended to die for his sibling. From there we can easily discern his identity. We can? Who is he? Mr. Akashi. Mr. Akashi is the older brother. Then, on the night he died, the killer was... That's correct. Mr. Akashi was both a victim and an assailant. So he would have the easiest time out of everyone for poisoning his own meal. Well, what? Wait a sec. Okay, I get how Mr. Akashi offed himself. But you're forgetting about the double murders. How about explaining that one, huh? The one behind the second murder involving Shigetaka Komatsu and Kenichi Nagaya was... Now this is interesting. Did they kill Again, I don't think they killed each other. We could say that, but I think we might get a bad ending. The ones behind it were Mr. Komatsu and Mr. Nakaya. They did each other in. Correct. Okay, this is wrong. This has to be wrong. The entire mystery behind the locked room murder was simply because they killed each other at the same time. Could you please explain this in greater detail? It's all because of that poisoning incident from the night before. Mr. Nakaya was completely convinced that Mr. Komatsu was the true killer. Mr. Nakaya didn't plan for his paranoia to result in murder. I'm certain he had that thought on his mind the entire time. What kind of thought? Simply to kill Mr. Komatsu before he can kill him. I'm sure that's what was going through his mind. Thankfully, he had learned something unexpected, some unexpected good news that very same night, which he was sure would give him the edge. The armory. Precisely. Nakagishi told everyone about the existence of the armory on the 3rd floor. Mr. Nakaya took a knife from the armory that he would later use to kill Mr. Komatsu. He went to confront him later that night. He was probably let in by claiming something along the lines of, "Help! He's really after me! I know you're not really the killer, so you gotta let me in!" Naturally, Mr. Komatsu let him in, all while Mr. Nakaya was hiding the knife in his back pocket. In order to not let Mr. Komatsu escape, he locked the door behind him. He then attacked the novelist. That's when the unexpected happened. Such as? Our carpenter acquaintance didn't expect that Mr. Komatsu would also pay a visit to the armory. The gun! You're catching on. Good. This also explains Mr. Komatsu's complete attitude change before the double homicide. There was no longer any fear of protecting himself because he had a weapon to protect himself. So that's why he had no issue with Mr. Nakagishi and I sleeping in our own rooms. Because if he was attacked, he'd be able to handle the situation on his own. So he had no reason to be afraid of having a killer on the loose. It's also possible he was plotting to turn the tables on the killer as well. Sadly, in the end, Mr. Komatsu fired his gun at the same time Mr. Nakaya landed his own attack on him, resulting in the simultaneous deaths. Here's the scenario I'm proposing. Mr. Komatsu acted too rashly and attacked first, but Mr. Nakaya was just a bit quicker. Mr. Nakaya's knife had sliced Mr. Komatsu's neck while he pulled the trigger, and the carpenter fell backwards from the force and died instantly. The novelist also fell back, blood pouring out from his artery being cut, until at last he bled out, giving us our locked room mystery. Hold on there. If what you're claiming is true, should they have been clasping their respective murder weapons when he came on the scene? He has a point. If they killed each other at the same time, the weapons should still be there. They were nowhere to be found in that room. I hate to break it to you, but I actually found one of the murder weapons not too long ago. Really? Where'd you find it? You see, I found it inside my guest room, right? Huh? The simple truth is that, with the second incident, there must have been a third party who tampered with the crime scene. Oh, so goes on top of that shit this time. A third party? Yes, and that third party is... So go Inaba. Now we get to the owner of the mansion. The third party who tampered with the crime scene was the owner of this mansion. Arimura, you recall the younger brother mentioned in the letters written by Mr. Akashi, yes? Yeah, I do. He was the reason why these letters were written in the first place. Correct. And this younger brother is clearly the owner of the mansion. As Mr. Akashi said himself, after I transport the test subjects to your mansion, you will observe their behaviors closely, and our efforts will become the basis of your next novel. Now, do you recall his younger brother's name? I think it was Nagito. Yeah, Mr. Akashi's younger brother is named Nagito Akashi. Correct again. Good work. The owner of this mansion is behind everything. He even went through all this effort to manipulate the crime scene, all to implicate and trap me. So you're saying that this owner, Mastermind, is still working from the shadows to get us? He's not lurking in the shadows any longer, for he's right here in front of us. What? Nagito Akashi. There is a name hidden inside there. If we were to rearrange the letters, we would get... Oh! First, last name only. I hate to say it, based on the shit that he pulled, Toa Nakagishi is an anagram of Nagito Akashi. You're on a roll, Alimura. He's the one responsible for this, the mastermind in the shadows. He brought us here only to trap and observe our movements. But now I've unveiled your true nature, Toa Nakagishi. Or should I refer to you by your real name, Nagito Akashi? I can't believe it. Mr. Nakagishi, this was really your plan all along? How convenient he finds the knife in our guest room for all these bad ends. Well, Mr. Nakagishi. You gotta stop randomly pointing fingers at anyone, Mr. Inaba. I'm the mastermind. Are you serious? That's totally impossible, man. Are you purposely trying to sway the conversation in your favor to distract everyone from the knife I found in your guest room? Please, I'd like to hear your explanation of this. Go ahead. Simple. You planted it there to frame me. You brain dead? Evidence, man. Where's your evidence? Oh, do you really want to know? Are you pulling my leg? Out with it, man. I want to see this so-called evidence you have. As you wish. It's your grave you're digging. The evidence that exposes the owner of the mansion as the one who manipulated the crime scene was... Gotta be the sole of their shoe, right? Yeah! Alright. The incriminating evidence that exposes the owner of the mansion is the sole of their shoe. But what? I'm not sure I follow. Remember the pools of blood that formed during Mr. Komatsu's and Mr. Nakaya's deaths? Apparently the killer was careless and had left his footprint there. I personally made sure to take extra care around those blood pools as to not step on them myself. I also told Dr. Harima to watch his step. Furthermore, Arimura and Nakagishi also didn't go further into the room, thus preserving the crime scene. In short, the killer should be the only one to have some blood attached to the bottom of their shoe. However, judging from the footprint on the carpet, it will be only the smallest of smudges. The fact it's so minuscule is exactly why we're fortunate. The killer never noticed such an inconsequential detail. Therefore, I think it's about time we check the bottom of everyone's shoes. If we do that, this will reveal the true culprit of who removed the weapons and planted one of them in Mr. Inaba's guest room? Ever the sharp one-eyed. So what are we waiting for? Anyone feel like bearing their soul to me? You're incredible, Mr. Inaba. You've certainly earned your title as the great detective. Thanks. Of course my stupid brother had to go write such drivel. Ah, well, can't expect anything from a bonehead like him. Seriously, it made every single thing 100 times more difficult. I can't believe anyone could be so incompetent. It's all his fault I've been found out. Mr. Nakagishi? Ah, why are you still calling me by that name? Did you not listen to anything our detective friend had to say? My name is Nagito Akashi. Try not to forget it, okay? No, this can't be real. Please tell us you're joking, Mr. Nakagishi. This isn't like you. I thought I told you worthless sacks of shit to call me by my proper name. Nagito, tell me, how many people have you killed? Could it be? Did our private dick crack this case wide open? Oh, wowzers, someone give this guy an award. What are you saying, Mr. Inaba? Based on those letters, I have deduced that our mastermind here has repeated this exact same scenario countless times before to an art form. Yeah, you're talking about us being test subjects? Precisely. Anyone who came to this mansion were test subjects to be used as the groundwork for his next literary work. You mean those murder mystery books? My hat's off to you, man. Here I encompassed everything essential in creating the perfect murder mystery. The killer's psychology, the victim's raw emotions, and above all else, keeping the illusion consistent. Those murder mystery novels by an unknown author, you wrote all of them. Boy, hey, are you telling me that you've read them? Because my murder mystery masterpieces are absolutely without peer. Nothing can ever compare to them. Especially because all of them are based on real people and real events. They're all non-fiction. That all those deaths in the books, they all really happened? No shit, Sherlock. You're out of your mind. However, all those other books are going to pale in comparison to this one. I can't wait to start writing it. Oh, Nagito, you've outdone yourself this time. You're insane. To kill for such empty reasons? Empty reasons? Excuse you. They were all honorable, valuable sacrifices for my ultimate art. Besides, I didn't lay a single finger on them. They all died of their own volition. How could you say such things? Don't, Darimura. Nothing we say matters at this point. I totally underestimated you, Mr. Inaba. You're the only one who could manage to see past all my smoke and mirrors. But now we have a slight dilemma. Can't have anyone spoil the ending for my novel before it's finished. So, I have one last request for you all. For the sake of art, could you all just die? Everyone, here with me. We've got to escape. Oh, come on. Don't start padding my novel with this foolish nonsense. Yeah. Oh, Harima Joy. Let's not prolong this any longer than we have to. Die for me. Die for my masterpieces. Just die already, Mr. Inaba. Oh, fuck. Alright, well. Shit. Oh boy. Oh, hello. Oh! That was very sudden. Oh. Well, sure. I will. Oh, oh. Okay. Now that we know, we need to get a lead on you. Oh shit. It's a knife. Maybe I could use it to defend myself. Okay, you've obtained knife. Oh fuck. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that is... Oh, fortunately you're slow as hell. Ah! Eh! Arimura! Dr. Harima! What? Oh. Ow. This is the storage room. The door to the storage room should be unlocked. Just get out before me. I'll be right behind you two. This isn't good. The door won't open. What? Mr. Nagito must have locked it beforehand. Hold on, you two. I'll find something to pull you up with. Oh, okay. You can now save your progress up until you find the item. Okay, are you going to... This rope. I should be able to pull them both up with this. We have found rope. Okay. I'm pulling you up now. Okay, Dr. Harima, please hold on to the rope. I'm going to pull you up. I got it. This is... The rope snapped. Oh no. Oh, what about Arimura? All I can do is find the key to open the storage room back up. You're right. Arimura, please wait there. We'll come to get you. You'd better. Besides, if you dare leave me behind, I'm going to become a wandering ghost and haunt your office. She'll be fine in the meantime. Let's get going, Doctor. Lead the way. Oh, hello. What's all this? I thought I heard an interesting anecdote to use for my next chapter. What I waltz into is boring as shit. Well then, shall we resume the hunt? Okay, no saving. Oh shit, okay. Bye. What? Okay. There's nowhere left to run, you know. Oh wait, that reminds me. Not like it'll matter at the end. You don't even have the key to the front doors. Oh, what should we do? Ah! The lights. What? Damn, now what? Ah, well, this changes nothing. Just some mood lighting for the grand finale. You still can't escape from here. Oh. Huh? What was that? We'll kill you. It hurts. Ah! I hate you. Mommy, where are you? It's so painful. It's your turn to be a test subject. Die! I'll kill you. Who's saying that? Show yourself. These are the voices of the people who died here. Get the fuck away from me! Die, die, we found you. I'll enjoy killing you. You'll die with us. Die. I can't breathe. Help me. Help. Oh boy. Oh. Die. Die. Die with us. Oh boy. Oh. Ah, shit. We now save our progress. Well, Zippo lighter. What's all this? These are the ghosts of the people who died here? We should be careful not to touch them. Then. Oh, death. It's so sudden. Oh, shit. I'm bad. Okay. Grandmaster key. Now we can get out of here. But first... Okay. Arimura. You sure took your sweet time, Mr. Inaba. Please, I was going as fast as I could. Let's not argue with the semantics here. We've saved you, Miss Arimura. Let's get out of here, post haste. Big sister, are you leaving me? Is that you, Kaede? Why? Tell me why. Something feels off about her demeanor. I have a really bad feeling about this. You promised you'd stay with me.